it's fair to say that modern vehicles don't tend to suffer from corrosion quite as much as they used to in the past, but it's still vitally important that we do inspect the structural integrity of the vehicle.
Especially in the prescribed areas, yes?
Absolutely right.
And as before, the prescribed areas, which we've painted white on this monocoque, are 30 centimetres from any mounting point. So testers obviously need to imagine a 30-centimetre radius from each mounting point, whether it be for steering and suspension, brakes or seatbelt mountings. And just to be absolutely clear, we're talking about an area this size. This is a 60-centimetre diameter sphere. So if you imagine a mounting point right in the centre of this sphere, we're talking about an area that's encased by the skin of the ball.
I know, and isn't it so much more dramatic when you see the thing in three-dimensional model like that? It really reinforces the area that we're talking about that testers need to consider.
Yeah.
And of course the areas that we're talking about here would be any load-bearing structure on the vehicle to which testable items are attached. And that will include things like any load-bearing structure or panelling or any supportive panelling within 30 centimetres of any attachment point of testable items.
And we're not just looking for excessive corrosion here, are we?
No, we're not. Because within the prescribed area, we'll also be on the lookout for any deliberate modifications that may seriously reduce original strength. We'll be looking out for any severe distortion, we'll be looking out for any fractures or any inadequate repairs, in fact.
And that's because any of these defects in a prescribed area is likely to have a detrimental effect on the safety and stability of the vehicle.
Absolutely. And prescribed areas are covered in sections 2, 3 and 5 of the inspection manual for steering, suspension, brakes and seatbelt mounts.
So to identify the prescribed area for any of the components in those sections, we need to imagine our ball with the relevant component mounting point at its very centre.
That's right, and what we've done with this vehicle body here is we've selected some of those component mounting points, painted a 30-centimetre radius circle around it. Now, we haven't chosen all of them, but we've only highlighted a few of them for clarity for the purposes of this demonstration. And it's quite surprising to see just how quickly the vehicle structure is enveloped in those prescribed areas.
Now, I assume the effect of corrosion on the safety of a vehicle is dependent on how severe the corrosion is and whether or not it's within a prescribed area.
That's right. You see, a small amount of corrosion in an important part of the vehicle can render the vehicle unsafe by virtue of the fact that it's seriously compromised the load-bearing capacity of that structure.
Such as near to a suspension or steering mounting point, for example.
Yeah, that's right. And as you can see, this small area here on the top of the front suspension mounting is the kind of area we're talking about. But on the other hand, we can have excessive corrosion in non-structural parts of the vehicle, which will have little or no effect on vehicle safety. For example, certain areas of the boot floor maybe.